Thank you again, Veronica. So that's a fun picture there, me on the left in my early days of my tenure on staff. So enjoy. Slide, please. In the spirit of knowing that we are running over and being mindful of your time and commitment this evening, just wanted to go over this very briefly. Know that you can get in touch with me or read the materials that will be sent as a follow-up with more detail, and we can touch base personally, and there will be actually some informational webinars scheduled in the next week or so and shared broadly. So with that, the Maryland Recognition Program was established just this year. We actually, this was a takeaway from our friends in Indiana who have realized immense success. They established this as a step-up program for schools that were looking to achieve the National Recognition Program, which we launched in 2018. We believe that a number of our schools are actually already incorporating all three components to achieve Unified Champion School status. But the 10 components that are required for the national accolade are a bit ambitious, and we need a step-up program to help our schools get there. And then certainly everyone has so much to do. So let's make it simpler, more achievable, and we'll support you through that. And then we will set our sights to the national accolade. Slide. So this, as we've talked about, achieving all three components would reach the distinction of a Unified Champion School. And then the Maryland program is actually adding a fourth, which Frank referenced as well, which is sustainability. And there are prescribed donation levels or donation goals for each level, rather. And this is identified as a minimum annual donation, and one that is intended to be achievable by our most our schools that have graduating class of 60 students or fewer, or the much larger schools that have 2,200 students in their building or more. And then as well considerations with Title I status and so on and so forth. And this is just to demonstrate as well a commitment to Unified Champion Schools in Maryland, and will help us build the program, progress the program, and extend it to more schools statewide. If you can imagine, there are more than 1,400 schools in the public schools in the state. So we are making progress, but still there's a lot more schools to reach, and we need your help in doing that. And with that, the sustainability is immensely important. So the second reference to this is the necessity to meet their grant reporting requirements. These are requirements that are required by North America, and we pass on to our participating schools. So there are 2 reports, mid and end year, and then monthly reports, which are actually will be designed for the students to complete. We don't want to pile onto your very full and overflowing plate, school system professionals, so we can design that for the students to carry that through. And then many of you are familiar with the North America School Liaison Survey, which is you have no less than 2.5 months to complete, but one that is very important because we then North America then takes that and interprets it to or translates that to trends, happenings, and who we are reaching in our entire country. Slide. Okay, the National Recognition Program, like I said, incorporates 10 components. And slide. And it is in 34 states so far. It's highly coveted, endorsed by ESPN, the National Federation of High School Sports, so on and so forth. And we decided to bring it here 2 years ago after it was field tested and endorsed by a number of our friendly chapters. Slide. So I'm not going to go through all of these. These are drill downs on each of the components that we've described already. So sport and activity, and the respective details that the school needs to achieve. Slide. Component 2, inclusive youth leadership. The inclusive youth club needs to meet at least once per month, be recognized by the school, and have a staff liaison. Slide. And then whole school engagement. 2 whole school engagement activities. Here in Maryland, we actually set the bar a bit high. So whereas a offering such as a school pep rally that recognizes the unified teams as all of the other teams, we set our sights a bit higher than that and want everyone to achieve or aim to achieve many of the references that Veronica had during her whole school engagement segment. Slide. And again, sustainability. I don't need to reiterate this. I do want to take a moment to explain to everyone that while these 2 programs are presented in a fashion that suggests that it is a checklist, right? So for the Maryland program, there are 4 boxes to check, if you will. One could assume that. And then with the National Recognition Program, there would be 10 tasks or tasks to achieve in order to meet these standards. We Special Olympics don't want you to think, we Special Olympics Maryland don't want you to think of it that way. It's not a checkbox. These are things that have been identified as building school culture, enhancing school culture. Even if you are the best and the brightest blue ribbon school in the state, we still can, we believe we can work together to improve your school culture. So know that here in the virtual setting, these are things that we can help you start in your building, or if you're already doing them, enhance them, so on and so forth. But please, again, it shouldn't be a checkbox, checklist. We want you to incorporate these things with the genuine and sincere intention of bettering students' lives and your school community. Slide. And thank you again.